Hello everyone. On this video I'll be showing you how to um, set up a Windows Server domain controller. And in order to do this, we're gonna go ahead and download, install, and set up VirtualBox, Windows 11 desktop, and Windows Server 2016 in this case. Before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and get our equipment. So first of all, I recommend getting the VirtualBox application. This can be found on the virtualbox.org website. Just go ahead and click on downloads, and as soon as you click on Windows host, you're gonna get the application installed automatically. While that's happening, you should also go to the Microsoft.com link and get the Windows 11 ISO, which is the disk image for 64 devices. You're gonna go ahead and drop down the menu and select the Windows 11 Multi-Edition ISO. And after that, go ahead and select download, and that's gonna also install the ISO. Same for Windows Server 2016, you can find it on the Microsoft.com website. Just go ahead and go to the download. You can just type it on Google. You can just type Microsoft Server 2016 ISO. This link here, that's gonna automatically take you to the download page, where you can just click on it, and that's gonna install the ISO automatically. After we have everything, that we have every piece of software, let's go ahead and open the Oracle VirtualBox application. Once we are in the application, let's go ahead and create two virtual machines that we're gonna go ahead and need for our project. So the first one, let's go ahead and name it Windows Server 2016. Now that we have the name, let's go ahead and add the ISO image, which is gonna be this one here. You can just look for it. Click on skip unattended installation. Now click next. Let's give it some memory. Around 5 should be good enough. 2 CPU, that's good enough. Around 8 should be more than enough. Let's go and finish it. And now let's create the other virtual machine. That one we're gonna name it Windows 11. Let's go ahead and select the ISO. Also skip unattended installation. Next. Let's give it some memory as well. Around 5000. And 3 processors should be enough. Leave it at 80 gigabytes. Next, and finish. Now that we have the machines created, let's go ahead and start them. Right. Right. Let's have them both side by side. The way we can see them both. So as you can see, Windows Server 2016 has already started with the setup. So let's go ahead and click next. Install now. On the other side, it looks like Windows 11 is about to. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the same thing with Windows 11. Now let's just wait. Alright, now on the Windows Server 2016, let's go ahead and select the desktop experience version. Go ahead and click next. On the Windows 11 machine, we don't have a product key, so we're gonna go ahead and press I don't have a product key. And we're gonna go ahead and choose Windows 11 Pro. Next. On here on Windows Server 2016, well, on both of them, we're gonna go ahead and select and accept the license terms. On both of them, we're gonna select custom, install Windows only, leave it at 80, same here. And now we're just gonna go ahead and wait for the installation to be over, and that's gonna restart the machines with the new operating system in it. Alright, now that we have set up our operating systems for Windows Server 2016 and Microsoft Windows 11, we need to log into an account in order to use the system. In this case, it already gives you a username as the administrator. So now we're just gonna create a password in order to sign in. Make sure to remember this password because it's gonna be needed later on. Click on finish. Now we got access to Windows Server 2016. So as you can see, any clicking or pressing Ctrl Alt plus Delete is not gonna help unlocking the home screen, the lock screen. So for that, we're just gonna go to Input, go on Keyboard, and select Ctrl Alt Delete from this menu. That's gonna give you access to the login authentication. Now just place in your credentials that the password you already used or you just created. and that's gonna give you access to get into the system. And that's basically it for Windows Server 2016. Now let's go on Windows 11 and do the setup in order to get access to the operating system. Alright. On here, it's gonna ask you for your country. In this case, it's the US, so click yes. Click yes on this option too, and skip for now. And all of this can be done later after we have everything set up. Now let's just wait for the system to finish processing. And while that's happening, we can go back to our server 2016. And now that we have access to the machine, to an account, we have also access to the server manager. Now that we have access to the server manager, let's add roles and features. That's gonna give us that's gonna add roles now that we got access to the server manager, let's go ahead and click on add roles and features, and it's gonna take us to this add roles and features wizard. So click next on here. Let's click next. Next again. Let's go ahead and look for the Active Directory domain services, and let's check the box. Press on add features. Let's go ahead and click next. Next again. And again. Now let's press on install. And that's gonna start the process of installing the domain services feature to the server manager. Now on the other machine, it's gonna ask us, it's asking us to name the device, but this is gonna be shown later on, so let's skip it for now. We can see the feature on the server manager is already installing. So on Windows 11, let's click on Setup for Personal Use. next. Now that we did that, it's asking us to sign in with our Microsoft account. In this case, since there is a project and we don't have any credentials for this scenario, we're just gonna go ahead and bypass this part of the setup. And how we can do that is by doing this, by implementing this. No, this is gonna be the email at thankyou.com. This is one way to bypass the sign-in part of the setup. Click on next, and you can just we can just type anything as the password in order to do this part. We press on sign in, and it's gonna give us this oops error. Something went wrong, and that means we successfully did it. Let's click on next. Now that we already bypassed that part of the setup, now it's asking for a name. In this case, we're gonna use user01 as the name for the account. And let's go ahead and create a password for that account. Now this password we need to remember later on. Let's confirm it. It's gonna ask us for security questions. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the same answer for the three of them. Now let's go back to the server manager on the server 2016. Let's go ahead and close this wizard, and we can see a warning sign on top of the menu. Let's go ahead and click on promote this server to a domain controller. On here, let's click on add a new forest. So in this case, it could be newforest.com as the domain name. Let's click on next. Let's also create a password for this domain. Let's go ahead and click next. Next again. Let's wait on here. It's gonna give us a name for the NetBIOS domain. And while that's happening, let's go back to our Windows 11 and select next on here, all the way down to accept the terms and conditions. As we can see, we already have a name for it, for NetBIOS domain name. Let's go ahead and click next. Next again. Next, all the way down to installation. Alright, let's go ahead and install. Now we can see that Windows 11 is already welcoming us to the operating system. Let's wait on that to finish loading, and let's also wait for this installation to be completed. Alright, now on the left side we can see a warning message saying that it's gonna restart since the installation is over. Now we're just gonna wait on it to restart. While that's happening, we can already see that on Windows 11 we already have access to the operating system. So now that we got access to this, let's go ahead and turn off the firewalls. So let's go ahead and go to the Windows Defender firewall from the control panel. Let's go to the turn Windows Defender firewall on or off option, and let's go ahead and select turn off for both, for public network and private network. Let's go ahead and click OK. This is not recommended, but for this project we will have to do this process. Now that we have turned off the firewalls, we need to change the Ethernet settings. But before we do that, let's save our progress as a way to back up the machine. It is important to back up. Alright, now that we have, let's go ahead and on the network and internet Ethernet settings, let's go ahead and select edit on the DNS server assignment setting. Let's change from automatic DHCP to manual. Let's turn off IPv6 and let's leave it like that for now. while the Windows Server just got installed with the domain services. Let's go ahead and input Ctrl Delete again, and as we can see, we already see a new domain called New Forest. Let's go ahead and tap the password for it. While that's happening, let's go ahead and check for the IP of this machine here, of the Windows 11 machine. In order to do that, we're going to open the command prompt and type this command: ipconfig /o. It's gonna give us the IP address for this machine. As we can see, it's 192.168.71.108, and yeah, that's gonna be the IP for that device. Now on here, we already created a domain. Now let's go ahead and go to tools, and let's go ahead and select Active Directory users and computers. We can see the new domain on here. Let's go to the users. Alright, let's go ahead and right click users, new user. Alright, that's gonna be all the information for Windows 11. Since that's gonna be the new user, that's going to be added to the domain. So let's type user 01. On here we can just type user 01 as the email on the domain. I think that's good. Let's create a password for it. Alright, let's click next and finish. Now that we created a new user, let's go ahead and right click on it and select properties. On the user one properties, let's go ahead and go to the member of menu selection and let's click on add. Okay, let's go ahead and select domain admin. Alright, okay, and let's press OK again. Alright, let's go ahead and select apply for and okay. Okay, let's minimize the window and let's go ahead and turn off the firewalls for the server as well. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the public domain, the public profile, and select off. Let's turn it off. And also for the domain profile, let's turn the firewall off. Make sure to leave the private profile firewall on though. Go ahead and click apply and okay. We can see those two are off, but that one is on. So now let's go ahead and check the IP address for this machine. So the command prompt again. Same process as with Windows 11. ipconfig / oh, it's gonna give us this IP address that we're gonna use on Windows 11 now. Let's change it to manual again. Leave IPv6 off and turn on IPv4. Let's add the IP address for Windows Server 2016 for the Windows Server 2016 machine. That's gonna be, as you can see, 192.168.71.106. And on here, let's type 8.8.8.8. Let's make sure that's the IP address. Yes, it is. Let's save it. And that will do it. Now to add the 01 to the domain, to the server domain, we're gonna go ahead and go to the control panel. We can see it here. Let's click on it and let's go ahead and go to system and security. Once we are here, let's go ahead and select allow remote access. Let's allow remote connection to this computer. Let's apply. Click on apply. Click OK. Let's go back to it and check if it's checked. Yes, it is. Now on the computer name tab, let's go ahead and add a name for the computer. That would be, in this case, Windows 11. As we can see, it says group or group. Later on, we're gonna change it to domain. We're gonna add the domain to it. Let's go ahead and click OK. Alright, let's see. Okay. After the name is changed, it's gonna restart automatically. So let's wait on that to restart. Alright, as we can see, it already started. And let's go ahead and login back to the user01 account. Alright, let's go ahead and check if the name already changed. Go back to the control panel, system and security again, allow remote access, computer name. We can see the new name for the computer. So now that that's done, let's go ahead and add it to the domain we wanted to add it to. So let's go ahead and click change here, and let's click on domain. On here, we're gonna add a new domain to check again what was the domain. Let's go ahead and we can see it here on local server. It should be here. That's the new domain. That's the domain we wanna add the new computer to. So let's go ahead and add that. New forest.com. Let's make sure that's the correct domain. Yes, let's click on OK. Let's go ahead and click yes. It's gonna ask us for the username and password of the domain. In this case, let's go ahead and check what was the username for the. Okay, here it is. New Forest Administrator. That was the username. Let's go ahead and add that. Here we have that. Let's add the password. Alright. Click OK. Done. Now it says welcome to the newforest.com domain. The new domain already welcomed us to the domain. Now it's gonna restart the system again to apply the changes. Let's go ahead and restart now. Alright, the operating system started again. Let's go ahead and type the password for it. And let's check now if this computer is already added to the new forest domain. But while that's happening, let's go ahead and check the other way around on the server. Let's go back to here. On users, let's go back to users. And as we can see, user 01 is already in the domain. Now let's just go ahead and check on Windows 11. So let's go ahead and go back to the control panel. Let's click OK. Let's click on it. System security again. Allow remote access. And let's go ahead and check. And yeah, so we can already see that's the new full computer name, and that's the new domain that we're part of right now. And that's it. That's how you add a computer to a specific domain. Thanks for watching.